Hey everyone, it's Mace1370. Today I have a video showcasing the new E7 World Cup RTA mode. It's pretty exciting. Before we get into it though, please make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Also, see the video description below for a link to my Discord. I would also like to add that this video is sponsored by LD Player. LD Player is a free Android emulator, and you can use it to play mobile games on the PC, and you can use a mouse or a console. It gives you very fast performance for Android gaming, and is supported on various Windows systems and most popular apps and games. So you can see the LD Player icon up here. I'm using it to run Epic 7. It's a very smooth gameplay experience, and I've noticed on different emulators it can lag a little bit. Also, other emulators can be a bit unstable. I've played probably 20-30 RTA games. Before I made this video, I wanted to make sure that it was a quality product, and LD Player was very stable throughout all of those games. No problems with crashes or anything like that. So I would highly recommend it. I can navigate a few menus just so you guys can see how it works, and that it's very smooth. Everything loads quickly. We have the new RTA game mode here, and I'm going to showcase a few matches with that. So this is for the E7 World Cup preliminaries, and this is a little bit different format than the previous RTA that we're used to. In this one, it's a best of 3 matches, and each game you accumulate a ban. So for the first game, each player bans 1 hero. The second game, each player bans 1 hero, and you have the ban from the previous round. And if you make it to a third game, if you split and go to a third game, then there's a third ban on top of that. So a little bit different. And we can showcase a couple of those matches here. So let's go ahead and get into it. First match here, we get to go against Len. He's currently rank 18. A bunch of people are playing this new game mode. We get first pick. I'm going to pre-ban Bellion because that's the pre-ban I had back in the single ban format, which it's been ages since I've done that, so I'm just going to go ahead and pre-ban Bellion and we'll see how it works out. I got first pick here, so I'm going to take Conquer Lilius. He's pre-banned DN. So this new E7 World Cup mode is just in the preliminary phase right now. They're testing it for this week, and I think after the RTA season ends, it's going to kind of be the official tournament format for the E7 World Cup. I don't know all of the exact details or if they're really hammered out yet, like how many games we can play per day. I heard somewhere it was 30. That seems like quite a bit to me. I'd hope they'd lower it down just so we're not playing this all day long just to be able to qualify. But we'll see after the RTA season ends if they give us additional clarification on that. And presumably if you do well enough in this tournament format, then you'll qualify for the E7 World Cup. And they've said you can qualify for it in a few other ways as well. So with the Conquer Lilius first pick, my opponent has responded with an AOL and a Ravi. The a Ravi probably just, please don't go too aggressive on me type pick. A Ravi is really good into aggressive teams. AOL is a little interesting because she can't really speed contest Conquer Lilius, so you're going to get your Vigor off. I take Spectre Tenebria because I have the Bellion pre-ban, so that's a safe DPS. And then we just take Politis into the AOL. So if the AOL uses her skills, my Politis is going to activate. Or if I use an AoE and that activates Politis, or activates AOL, then my Politis will activate and clear away the skill nulls, and it really prevents, AOL from stabilizing, right, against aggression. So then the opponent takes Arbiter Vildred and Fallen Cecilia. Arbiter Vildred is an interesting pick. I already have 2 answers to RB in Politis and Spectre Tenebria, since they can both Soulburn and double kill the RB. Which makes me wonder, is this a really tanky Arbiter Vildred on counter set that would be difficult to, Soulburn with a single hero and kill in one shot? I assume that's what's going on. I take Emilia and Huayong, probably one of the later Huayong picks I've ever seen in a draft recently. But she's just a super value bruiser. She's great into Fallen Cecilia, into Apocalypse Ravi. Emilia can probably speed contest the AOL and boost someone first turn if my Conquer Lilius gets pre-banned. So the only reach he has for Spectre Tenebria here is Arbiter Vildred if I ban out the Mercedes. Mercedes and RB are kind of, similar picks here, but I think it's safer to let the RB through than it is the Mercedes, because the Mercedes can randomly counterattack with Magic for Friends, right? Even if you hit someone else or even just hit her and try to kill her, it can activate, and that can be difficult to, stop. Arbiter Vildred, on the other hand, we can potentially just burst down. Okay, decent sized shield on RB, so he's not hugely tanky.
Oh, you want to try me?
We're going to go ahead and Soulburn in here and just try to get rid of him. So the Fallen Cecilia's shield does mean we're going to have to soul burn a second time. The one awkward thing with Politis is it is a res target for Apocalypse Ravi, which means that this RB may be coming back, but for now we can waste a bunch of his turns. We can get rid of that res free attack, and now we can probably just go into FCC with Hwyong here. I don't think this will kill because we don't have attack buff, but it'll be close because she's already taken some damage from the Aureus. Ooh, that was very close. That's a gear gap. Alright, he can put up skill null here. We can clear away the skill nulls with skill 3. This will also activate AOL, I guess. Right? Yeah, that'll activate AOL, and then this will activate Politis again. Does our Politis cut up in front of the APOC? It looks like not. I guess because it was still her turn. That's interesting.
I'll take your life.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping my Politis would cut there, but I guess she gets the CR on her own turn, so it didn't really boost her. Yeah, this is a little awkward now because he can kill Poly and then res RB. I was hoping to get rid of the FCC so we'd at least have a 50-50, because if he brings back FCC, we're super chilling. He can soul burn here. He didn't gab. I don't even know if a gab would kill because we have that barrier. Yeah, I don't think gab would kill. It'd be closer for sure. And he can silence our Amelia now, so that will prevent the cleanse. But we have two people coming up. Oh, he can provoke. That's annoying. So he provokes Hwyong here. We get to kill the FCC. I was hoping to use Hwyong to kill off the skill null there and just kill RB, but the provoke was pretty nice. We just go into RB again. So RB's going to get another turn here. If he splashes into Spectre, that could be bad news. He didn't get a kill, so he doesn't reset us through. He does splash into Spectre, but she doesn't die. We get the Ice Crystal proc. I think we're fine now. Yeah, he can Soul Burn on Hua. I don't know if he kills or not. He doesn't. I guess I Gear Gap him this time. We can just push up Spectre to get rid of that blind debuff.
Oh, you want to try me?
Check the skills. We can just go into a Ravi here because we want to probably get one hit on her. Actually, man, I guess it's fine. It doesn't really matter. It's probably close to equal amounts of damage there, whether Hua hit a Ravi or if Spectre Tenebria did. Doesn't really matter too much. This game is over. I have to say it's, an interesting system to stack pre-bans, but I kind of question why the first round is only single pre-ban. I feel like the first round should be double pre-ban to mimic, the meta on, the normal ladder, right? Because you kind of stop doing single pre-bans once you hit champion, right? And so you haven't done that for a long time, and it is a very different meta than the double pre-ban. And I think we have so many heroes now, the game really needs double pre-ban. So I guess file that under a list of things that I would like changed. Alright, so looks like he's given us first pick again, which I'm surprised. I feel like he would want first pick. We just say Conquer Lilius. I get rid of AOL because he used it, and AOL's annoying. I think it's a valid pre-ban in this spot.
Step back.
He's already pre-banned DN, so we don't have to worry about the annoying DN AOL combo, which is a total menace. He's pre-banned Amelia this time. He didn't like my Amelia. So he takes the A-Ravi again, and this time Hand Guy. So we'll definitely take Spectre, and then the question is what other hero do we want in addition to Spectre? I like Spectre a lot. She's good into A-Ravi, and Bellion's pre-banned, so we don't have to worry about that obvious counter pick. I guess we could take Hwyong. That would be an option. Normally in this slot you would take Amelia or DN, but they're both pre-banned. And you don't want to take too many DPSs because it'll kind of like overcommit you, but I think Hua's valid here. She's good into both Hand Guy and into A Ravi. You know, even if Hand Guy attack breaks her, she just cleanses with her skill 3, right? Alright, so he's taking RB again pretty early. And this RB didn't seem super scary to me. We did have Vigor buff, though. He really likes that FCC RB combo, huh? Alright, well, we take Blood Moon Haste this time. He has no unbuffable, so we don't have to worry about that. And this, I think, will be a good pick into both RB and A Ravi, right? Because they both res. Haste is also tanky, so he's another tanky unit that will prevent the opponent from reaching my Spectre. He heals. He also provides Adamant Shield, which doesn't really matter for Hua because she has a bigger one because Hua is a fair and balanced unit. But Spectre doesn't have that, so nice for Spectre. I think Eros could be okay here. Just because he can provide additional damage. Like, I realize that Hand Guy can probably just put up immunity, so we won't get the defense breaks, but I kind of want mitigation here. It's hard to go super aggressive without Diane or Amelia. I could have taken, like, Ran and Ida, I suppose, last. That would have been a potential option, but I don't love Ida into FCC. So I think just taking Aras is fine. You know, we can put someone in the back to make it harder for A Ravi to skill 3 them. I'm debating about just banning the RB here, because I feel like he's going to ban ML Haste. I could also just ban Dilibet so I can press my buttons. Ban RB. He bans Eros. I was expecting an ML Haste ban, honestly. Well, hindsight's 2020. I guess I should have just banned Dilibet.
I'll take your life. Do not fear death. Seizing victory is
But I liked Aras in that slot because he could provide mitigation and then also some damage, right?
taste despair.
Aras, ever since his buff, is quite strong. There's also a really memey combination you can do with him and Spirit Eye Celine.
Can you even reach
I guess we just push back FCC to delay the skill null, but it won't really matter because he's just going to Dilibet cleanse up. I think it's worth pressing our buttons on Lilius anyways, simply because it gives us, you know, the big defense bonus from the Vigor.
I'll fight you.
Okay, so we can Soulburn Hua here and kill something. And I think we just... Do we kill Hand Guy or FCC? At this point, it might be worth killing the FCC because she hasn't used Skill Null yet, and that's annoying.
I won't lose.
And this is a lot of sustain, you know, and mitigation. I'm not super afraid of Hand Guy's attack buff here because A Ravi and Dilibet don't do a ton of damage. And they're not like super big attack scaling heroes, right? Dilibet scales off defense and A Ravi scales off of HP. Attack will increase their damage, but it's not, you know, it's not like a Huayang with attack buff or like a Spectre Tenebri with attack buff, something like that. I also don't really care if the opponent has immunity either.
All you're capable of?
I'll just go ahead and use ML Haste skill 3 here. I don't really need the heal, but I just want to put damage out.
I'm sensing corrupt energy. You cannot change what is already decided.
So he attack breaks Huayang, which is annoying.
This is
We'll lap back around to our skill 3 fairly quickly because we soul burn though. So yeah, we just get one turn of attack break. Does this even kill? No, not with attack break. Yeah, attack break like completely neuters her damage. But I don't see how we lose this because there's like zero way he breaks through to get to my Spectre. And if he manages to kill something, then it triggers my ML Haste. And he doesn't even kill there, yeah. Yeah, his A Ravi seems pretty low damage. There's also only one death.
You are not worthy of my courtesy.
Alright, big damage from ML Haste there. And no, I guess we just killed the Dilibet. A Ravi has used her skill 3, so doesn't really
Try me? Melt
you know, matter if she exists anymore. We'll kill her before it comes off cooldown. But Dilibet could hypothetically get another skill 3 if we ignore her. So we killed Dilibet. We're silenced. That's pretty annoying.
obey if you wish.
Man, every time I see Hua get a barrier, it's so stupid. Like, this hero is so overtuned, it's crazy.
step back.
Alright, well, he concedes, so that's game. Next up, we have a game against Zero Crow Zero. Also, side note, I love those little trophies under the names. I think that's a great design. In addition to playing a bunch of RTA games with LD Player, I tried, crafting. I tried playing some PvE content, like clearing Wyvern. I did multiple 30 runs, didn't have any crashes there. And overall, I was just very pleased with how smooth the gameplay experience was. You can see all the animations don't have stutter, they don't have lag. And that was a problem I encountered with several other emulators. So, can't recommend LD Player enough. I think it's a very good product. There's a link in my video description below if you're interested in downloading it. So he pre-bans Spectre Tenebria, which means he's my arch nemesis. People that do this, they should be reported. I take Conquer Lilius, he's taken Huayang, so I take Aravi. The game is in a very interesting spot in the meta right now where there's actually very few DPS heroes you can take early. Huayang and Aravi are two of them, and if you pre-ban Bellion, that's a third. And once you get outside of that, a lot of the DPS heroes start having some pretty strong counters. And so I feel like it really warps kind of the pick order and how you take things and everything like that. It shoves those heroes higher in priority than I think they might normally be, just because you don't want to give your opponent access to the ideal one for them, right? I mean, you obviously still take the openers early, but yeah, it would just be nice if there was more DPS options. So after he takes Huayang, Crow takes Rimuru and Maid Chloe. I guess he's taking those two together so that I can't take the Rimuru into his Maid. I haven't seen Maid Chloe in ages. He only has 2 picks left after this. I take Amelia. I think Diane would be okay here, but less good into Rimuru, right? Amelia's not amazing into Rimuru, but at least she's not going to give him anti-crit. He has Maid Chloe, so he's getting an attack buff anyways, so I'm not really giving him buffs here. And it gives me the ability to CR boost something. And I think with Maid Chloe on the field, you just take Landy. He has 2 picks to respond to it, so he could take Milim and like Carrot. That would be annoying. He doesn't take either of those. Carrot's not amazing into Aravi, and I guess also not amazing into Amelia because she can cleanse away a lot of the burns. Milim would probably have to be a ban here, though.
I'm growing tired.
We can take ML Haste. I guess this does give us the potential for a solo DPS Aravi, but that's probably enough damage to start the ML Haste chain, right? So I'm expecting a Landy or an ML Haste ban. I think we just ban out LQC. It's a fairly big threat to my Aravi if he leaves it as solo DPS. Kind of annoying enough to have to deal with Huayang. He bans, interesting, he bans Conquer Lilius. Not a horrible decision. I think another option, he could have banned Amelia, I guess, and then he could have defense broken with Rimuru potentially, and then finished me off. That would have been another avenue. But giving me both ML Haste and Landy means he really can't press buttons on Maid Chloe at all. So maybe that's his strategy. He's just going to try to wait me out. But we can boost Landy here and give him buffs. And then that'll allow our Landy to get stacks, right? So we're going to get a bunch of S3s off even if he doesn't press Maid Chloe buttons. So if we don't go into Guiding Light here, that's a problem. I guess this gives him speed buff too. Maybe I should have just boosted Aravi or something and then attacked. And then he would have only gotten attack buff and I wouldn't have given him speed buff. I kind of forget that Landy gives speed buff. But even if he nukes something with Rimuru here, we can just heal up with ML Haste, right? And then the defense break doesn't matter a ton. He's going for Amelia. Does he kill? No. Cool. So that's good. So now we can heal up with ML Haste here. Probably just go on the Rimuru because that's a squishy target. He has used his skill 3, but we want to get something dead so that if he presses Maid Chloe, we get barrier, right? So we want to kill something ASAP. He's not soul burning here, so this defense break actually doesn't matter because her skill 3, I guess it affects the tooth damage, I think. I know it affects it on skill 1. She does a lot more damage to a defense break on skill 1, but skill 3 doesn't seem to matter as much. I think it's because her skill 3 skill itself defense pens, right? Whereas I don't think it does that on skill 1, so that's the difference there. But Proof of Valor is super sick. And now we can just skill through with Amelia and heal up all this damage. And I think now he's in trouble because he has a bunch of buffs and we're going to just start shredding things with Landy.
Full frontal assault. That's in order.
Miss on Violet again, unlucky. Do we want to go into the Maid or the Hua? I guess we just go into the Hua to remove his damage. We've countered the Maid pretty hard with Landy and Haste here, so even if he uses the Maid button, just kind of digs him further down into the hole. And we can probably just kill the Hua here with Aravi. I guess if I was really greedy, I would skill 3, but I think we can save it. And we killed anyways there, so we definitely saved it.
Look at my sword, not my face.
The queen is here. Arrogance.
Well, he's using the Maid skill now, so now it's pretty over. I guess, do his things cut? Yeah, they both cut. That's kind of annoying. I guess they were towards the top of the CR bar when they died. So he gets some value out of this, but we have all those barriers, so he's not going to do any damage. Fun fact about Hua-Young is if she gets a barrier that's bigger than hers, she's going to refresh it every turn. So if you use like ML Haste or ARAS or something like that, her barrier just becomes absurd.
Leave it to me.
Looks like we're one buff off from proccing Landy again. Unfortunate, but we can just go ahead and take out the Rimuru. And do we even need to heal here? I guess we do because of Amelia.
I don't have the time.
We'll go for Maid Chloe because that'll give us the barrier again.
I'll deal with this.
We kill Maid for sure. It doesn't really matter. Yeah, I guess we just kill Maid.
Are you my next target?
We've gotten plenty of value off of our haste at this point. And we might not kill the Hua with that barrier there on a skill 1. I want to save the skill 3 on APOC, like just on the rare chance that Violet starts doing Violet shenanigans. But surely we hit him eventually. Well, we hit on Hua, so I guess that's one of two. I'll probably boost up Aravi here. Don't want to have Landy just get countered and knocked out of stealth earlier than she needs to. Let's see, do we skill 3? I guess I just burn. I think either burning or skill 3 in here is fine. You're not going to kill on a miss, right?
I know I'm beautiful.
And if he kills... Yeah, I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter. Probably should have just skill 3 to cycle my skills. And then, yeah, actually I should have skill 3. That was wrong. I should definitely skill 3 because skill 3 doesn't heal and I'm already at full health, right? So, hypothetically, it would give me more healing on the next go-around if he, like, S3'd Aravi or something. Okay, we hit. Success. That's a dead Violet.
How do I look? I'm more reliable than Flan, aren't I?
So they have this, like, intermission screen, I guess, where you can hit preparations complete to, like, be ready to go again. But there's nothing that you can do in this screen, I think. Like, you can't change your artifacts or gear or anything. I guess maybe if you just need to get up and get a glass of water or something, it's for that. Alright, we get first pick. They keep giving me first pick. Okay, he bans Amelia this time. He's had enough of Amelia. I feel it's abnormal to get this many Conquer Lilius picks. He takes the Huayong. That's kind of annoying.
Your life.
So he takes Huayong and a Ravi. And so now it's like, what DPS are there? This could hypothetically be an Arya game.
Let's advance together.
I think we can take DN. Archdemon Mercedes doesn't seem great because he has Hua. I could take Opsig, I guess. Yeah, I guess we just try Opsig. I like this a lot more with Amelia, though. Because you get the boost and the attack buff. We'll give it a shot. Depending on what he takes here, we can maybe go Arya. He takes Landy. Arya seems less good into a Landy, right? She can AoE and you give all those berries and stealth buffs and stuff, so that's like a lot of skill 3s if you can't stop her. So Arya, I guess, no longer a great pick. He doesn't have mitigation, so like nuclear damage Rimuru, could consider that next if the Landy skill 3s and it triggers the Rimuru, but something else might go first. Like he doesn't have a CR boost, so Huayong might go first, and then your Rimuru is just going to hit the Hua and it won't hit the Landy, and then you'll just get a bunch of buffs and give Landy more skill 3s, so that seems bad. Ugh, and then he takes Violet. Let's see, so he has no cleanses, so I guess debuffers would be good. This is actually a Bisaria game. I should have taken Bisaria, I don't think I do. Carrot's... Gosh, Carrot doesn't seem that great because Hua cleanses and Aravi. I think his Aravi was on Seed. Oh man, this was a Bisaria game big time. Why didn't I take that? I guess we take Carrot and then could take Milim or something. Oh, Summertime Bisaria? Yeah, I guess Summertime Bisaria is okay. Yeah, I mean, Summertime is okay just because we can bomb stuff potentially, but my speed tuning is really awkward. If I had Amelia, this would have been a million times better, but we don't. So Summertime is going to go before Opsig if he leaves it in. And that's bad. Because we're not really going to get to combo off, right? He bans Carrot. Yeah, this is really awkward. This was kind of a bad draft on my part. I should have taken Bisaria. Carrot Bisaria or Milim Bisaria, something like that would have been better. And depending on what he picked last, we could have maybe banned the Aravi. Zahawk, I guess, wouldn't have been terrible either. Could have, you know, killed the Violet or crippled the Aravi. Gets invincibility, so Huayong can't just one-shot him right away. And he gets another attack. Let's see, I think I should provoke... Well, I guess I need to provoke the thing I'm not killing, so provoking Aravi is probably the right choice. So I think that was wrong. I think I should have provoked Aravi and gone for the Hua kill. We can attack buff. Yeah, actually that was dumb. I should have provoked Aravi or Landy or something. Because we want Hua to take a turn and get barrier again for Opsig. And we only get one burn here. Do we go on Violet? No, I guess we just go on Landy. We don't want to get skill 3'd, right? Have to go on Landy.
I didn't think they'd follow us all the way here.
Now we skill 3. Which kind of feels like a waste because
It's way too hot, humid, and noisy here.
everyone already has attack down.
Did like the sea.
This draft is really bad. Alright, we get countered, that's okay. Landy dies.
Support mode.
Alright, so now I guess we just skill 3 with Opsig because this will trigger Landy. And hopefully Violet just doesn't kill me.
Target confirmed.
Oh, I just go for the kill. That was ballsy. I guess I got it. I never doubted.
Code received. Executing commands.
Okay, we do get countered. That stinks. But we do get bombs. But we miss a bomb on Violet. Unfortunate. We can boost and put a shield on Opsig, but she's probably too far back to get back into Guiding Light. And I think she had a 2-turn buff, so I don't think she can Guiding Light anyways. I think it's on cooldown. I don't really want to give Violet a stack to get... I guess he can Perception anyways. Oh, this is Timeless Anchor, and it double procced. So goodbye debuffs. Which also means this is counter set, and I just noticed it's 29k. So I think I'm going to have a hard time killing this Aravi. Oh, he missed crit, so that's a great start. Yeah, I don't think it's worth bombing Violet because Violet will just cleanse it, right? With his skill 2. Maybe I should have saved my skill. Oh, we missed bomb and then it anchored away 1. So I guess our RNG's not been amazing. Let's see, he can like snipe something with Violet here. He probably just kills Opsig, right? Yeah.
I will guide you through the light.
So now we have a solo DPS Summertime Hysteria.
Let's advance together.
Is there a reason I'm pushing this Violet up? I think I know Aravi's on counter and it doesn't really matter which one I hit. And Violet has full stacks anyways. Although I guess going into Aravi probably has a lower counter chance, so... I don't know, at this point I think I'm just assuming I'm dead.
I'll take your life.
Yeah, that Aravi cleansed way too many times. I think this is literally the first Timeless Anchor Aravi I've run into in months. Yeah, I think we're dead. We can try like one more time. Oh, maybe if we like bomb Aravi and then don't hit her, the bomb can go off. But she can cleanse the stun too, so it's not great. I guess we can heal here.
Give me strength.
Maybe that's the play, and then if we can cycle back around to Lilius, we can control Aravi with provokes.
Can you even reach me?
I guess we provoke Violet so he doesn't one-shot Caesarea. We have to do that first. Honestly, we just have to not proc Timeless Anchor.
Together. My goddess, grant me the power to extinguish the evil.
I'll make you taste despair.
Okay, we can attack down.
Scar those in our way with destruction and fear.
Alright, so Violet's bombed, so he will... he'll detonate on his turn.
Focus.
Keep the guard up. I will guide
Yeah, I'm trying not to touch Aravi so the debuff actually counts down, I guess. Maybe the play was just to gamble and try to bomb her anyways. I don't know. There's so much like RNG potential here, it's hard to know what's right.
I didn't think they'd follow us all the way here.
Okay, we can potentially kill here if we burn onto APOC and then skill 3, I guess. Oh, I just want to skill 3. I think I should have gone for the kill there. I think that was my window. I misplayed that. He counters, that's bad. Bomb, okay. But now we have to hit her and she probably cleanses. Oh no, we can skill 2.
Please, save us.
Yeah, I probably should have bombed Aravi again with the burn there.
I'll make you kneel.
At this point, I'm just trying to flood with debuffs so that he can't cleanse the stun, although it's shuffled and now stun is in front. So I think it cleanses stun here if it cleanses, and it does do that. But we still have provoke, so that's okay.
I believe.
So I think we missed the bomb again, and then he cleansed. So now he has no bombs. And it procced again, now he has like literally 0 debuffs.
Your
That's kind of
life
toxic.
ends here.
Because I think he can just kill Caesarea now, and then we have no shot at winning. Oh, we're very close.
I'll take your life. The time has come.
Oh, he countered. Okay, now that's definitely game. Alright, that was a roller coaster. I think I did misplay, though. On that turn, I should have Soulburned again to try to get 2 bombs on APOC, and just hopefully it doesn't cleanse, and then I skill 3, and I guess hopefully it doesn't cleanse and just kill. So we pick first. So I think a little bit of bad RNG, but it was compounded by bad decision making, right? And that'll seal the deal faster than any amount of RNG will. So what do I want to pre-ban? I can maybe pre-ban Violet just because he picks Violet, and I'm probably not going to pick Violet. This third ban is uncharted territory. I don't know if like a meta for the bans will develop once we play this more. I feel like right now for the first game or two you just kind of pre-ban the stuff you usually do, and then when you get to the third game you start targeting something specific about the opponent, like for example if they have like a 320 speed Ran or something like that, and you're like, well, can't deal with that, and you just ban it. So he goes Huayong Para. I'm just going to take APOC Ran here. He's pre-banned Conquer Lilius. I don't want to get run over by Para. And I think Ran is a decent pick into that. If Para goes first, we get to strip his buffs and put Defense Break. If Ran goes first, we get immunity so we don't get debuffed by Para. So it seems like a decent situation either way. And this feels like an excellent opportunity to test Desert Jewel Basar, the newly buffed, now usable question mark Soul Weaver. I think he's pretty good. He has this barrier inversion thing where his skill 2, which used to be like a passive crappy thing, is replaced now with an ability that inverts barriers. So if somebody has a 10,000 hit point barrier, it takes the barrier away and then it deals 10,000 damage to them. So what that effectively means is that if Para uses her skill 3 and puts up a big barrier and she's less health than the barrier, which is some Paras, it'll literally just pop her. Like she'll just get deleted with it, which is pretty funny. So I think DJB is a really good pick into Para. You can invert the barrier, kill or almost kill Para, and then you can skill 3, get rid of all of her debuffs, and then boost your team up, right? And so for that reason, I think it's harder to pick Para early now. And I think that's going to shape the meta a bit, because a lot of people were pre-banning Para or, like weren't using her. So it's a little bit harder to do that. Seems weird that they released an answer to her and not Ran, but is what it is. So he takes Rimuru and then made Chloe. So we have 2 things to put immunity on Landy. So I don't think we have to worry about Para putting buff block on her. He would have to ban DGB and then outspeed my Ran, which is possible, but that's a coin flip I'm willing to take. We have one more pick here. I would normally just take like Steny, I guess, but I can't. Let's see, could I take Ida? I could take Ida or Caesarea. Those are both okay. I guess Ida... Caesarea is faster than my DJB, though, I think. I might need to speed up my DJB. I guess we just go with Ida.
I can do it. I can.
Because that'll definitely kill the Huayong, right? So I think Ida's okay. So this is a big contrast to the previous game, which was kind of slow and clunky. Mostly my fault for not doing a good draft. This time I just go full aggro. We're just going to try to run him over. Ban last. We'll take whatever we can get from the 5 we have here. He gets rid of Aravi, so we get full offensive damage. Okay, Ran does get to go first. Rimmer's at 64%. So if we skill 2, we boost Ida, but we also proc Rimuru. We could Soulburn Ran.
Whether you win or lose.
And I think that's okay, because this way we don't proc Rimuru. We land on Rimuru, which is nice. We land on everything. We get 8 out of 8. So even if he skill 2s, skill 3s here, it won't matter, because DJB can cleanse and push up my Ida, right? He can't stun Ida, DJB can cleanse. He can try to stun DJB, I guess that's probably his best out, honestly. But it won't matter because our Iida's naturally outspeeding. It's probably better to stun DJB though. He's skill 3s. He's a good sport. He wants the DJB showcase. So here we go. We get to skill 2, skill 3. So the other thing with skill 2 here, I believe it's a non-attack skill. So this will trigger like Politis and Selene and all that stuff. So just be aware of that. So that's important. So we're going to skill 2. And if you skill 2 and something has a barrier, so boom, Paragon, you get an extra turn. So you get to do both. But if there's no barrier, you don't get to skill 2 and skill 3. You don't get that extra turn. You could still skill 2 if you wanted, but probably less good. It does put hit down on things, which is nice. We don't have souls for Iida, so I guess we just skill 3. Things are defense broken, we have Landy follow up, so this should be plenty of damage. And yeah, that's looking like it's game. Landy should finish everything off here, or just about. Looks like we missed on Hua, so maybe she lives. Okay, nice. So, thanks for watching. Make sure to check out LD Player in the link below. Later.